Hi guys, my name is Bethany Atazadeh, and today we're talking my top 3 tips on how to do a book release or a book launch. This video is the second to last one in my release week series, so I am in the middle of my own book release for The Confident Corgi, which is my children's book, and then I've also released a young adult book, Evelyn's Number, which is right, I can never remember where it is. Hold up. I'm blocking it. Evelyn's Number. Right there. Yesterday, The Confident Corgi released into the world. This is my children's book. So since I've been through a book release twice now, I wanted to share with you guys my top 3 tips for how to do a book release. Here are my top 3 takeaways. Tip number 1 is that know that your release week and probably your release month will be stressful. You're probably like, where's the tip here? Well, the tip is plan for it, be prepared for it, and don't schedule a lot of extra things during that time. Like for instance, if you know that you're going to be in a wedding or have to host a party, or in my case, if you know that you have an editing deadline right during that same time because you're going to go crazy. Release week should be fun, and you can definitely remove some of the stress. I'll tell my husband like, hey babe, I'm probably not going to cook it all this week or clean or go out anywhere except to eat because we're not cooking. And I'll try to work ahead, like get the laundry done ahead of time, get some meals cooked so I can just put them in the oven. Give yourself some scheduled time to take care of yourself beforehand and also during release week. Release week is really busy. You're going to be focusing on creating content, responding to everybody, marketing well, fixing things that go wrong. You're going to be trying to enjoy it and trying not to lose your mind. So just plan ahead and plan for ways to remove the stress. And I've kind of talked about this already, but tip number 2 is expect things to go wrong. And again, you're probably like, that's not a tip, Bethany, what are you talking about? Well, the real tip is give yourself room for things to go wrong and to fix them. I've seen a lot of book releases and I've been through 2 of my own, and so I can say from personal experience that things always go wrong, but it doesn't have to be a bad thing. In fact, if you can kind of come into it with an expectation and come into it with just grace for yourself, like it's fine, I made room for it, I can fix it, it'll be fine. You're going to be so much happier during your release week. Things take longer in shipping, or maybe you find little errors and you have to make more proofs than you expected, or maybe it's separate from the actual book altogether and it's like a family crisis or a friend who needs you. But life happens. So my second biggest tip is really to give yourself some extra time before your deadline that you don't think you'll need, and then give yourself grace when things go wrong and just come to it with an expectation of this is normal. I can handle this. My third tip is talk about your book a lot. Like a lot. Most people do have trouble promoting their books. It's so normal. It's hard when it feels really salesy and it feels like we're just saying, look what I got, and that's uncomfortable. So I do have a bunch of videos on how to market well and how to kind of shift your mindset in marketing so that it feels more comfortable. And I don't want to repeat all of that, so like go watch it. I'll put a link below for the marketing video, but I do go into detail on how your book is valuable, and if you come to marketing with that approach, you're going to talk about it differently. And I also have some tips on how to approach marketing and talking about your book in a genuine, authentic way, because that will also shift the entire way that you approach talking about your book. So when I say talk about your book, I do not at all mean to post the same picture with the same caption every day, every hour of every day. I do not mean that at all. I mean post new, unique, different content about your book, but continue to talk about it and be excited about it, because if you don't talk about it, people aren't gonna know. Like, it's logic. You have to talk about it if you want people to buy it, and I know that you do because you worked hard on it. So keep talking about your book, but do it in ways like behind the scenes or sneak peeks or like teaser quotes or pictures. You can hold a giveaway. You can share what other people think about your book. You can share the book itself, obviously. You can share little sneak peeks. You can share your planning process. You can share your excitement. You can share your beautiful face. You can share your research. There is so much that you can talk about, and it doesn't have to be repetitive. You can continue to find new things to talk about. Be creative and shout it from the rooftops, because like I always say, if people don't know about it, how do they buy it? If you guys want a more detailed book launch plan, like what I actually do step by step, let me know in the comments below. And I can also talk about my checklist, or I could talk about my release week plan here. And you guys know I love detailed, so if you want a more detailed video with the actual step-by-step plans, let me know. I can definitely do that. Just leave a comment below. If you missed the other videos in this release week series, I will leave all the links below, all about how to create and write and publish a children's book yourself. I have one more video in our release week series tomorrow, and that is my personal journey creating a children's book from start to finish. So all the behind the scenes. I'm going to talk about that. Okay, guys, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you're new. Ring that bell. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye!